All right, good evening, basketball fans. Welcome to Perry Meridian Gymnasium for tonight's Marion County matchup between the Perry Meridian Falcons and the Warren Central Warriors. A little rusty to start here tonight, Lucas, but we'll get into the rhythm as we get ready for this county matchup. What should we expect to see tonight?
You know, it's going to be a tough game. Our athletic director, Doug Shornick, described Warren as the toughest team in the MIC. That's saying something, the MIC being one of the most competitive basketball and football conferences in Indiana. I think he's on to something. I'm watching them warm up. These guys are tall, long, athletic, and they look like they're going to fight. The good news is we have an ace up our sleeves here in Jaden Taylor and legendary coach Mark James. It is worth noting that Warren Central is being coached by a brand new coach, DeAndre Davis, who coached for Lawrence Central, and this year he was an assistant coach there. He started as a head coach at Warren this year and brought his son, Tay Davis, who's a Division I recruit and starter for the Warriors here as a junior, over with him. So it's going to be a tough game, but I would be shocked if we see a bigger, stronger, more athletic team all year.
That's good. That's a good segue to talk a little bit about some of the talent they have over on the Warren side. So you already mentioned Tay Davis, 6'7", athletic wing. They're also going to lean heavily on a senior guard, shooter, Malik Stanley. What can we expect out of him this season?
Stanley he was a junior Indiana All-Star last year. He's their leading scorer. Nobody talks about him because of Davis this year, but he's going to pull up and shoot off the dribble. Basically, anytime he gets the ball from anywhere, we're going to have to make sure that he's covered. So it's somebody to keep an eye on. It's number 12.
Outstanding. Well, Warren Central enters the evening 4-4 on the season. Perry Meridian enters 5-3. We'll get ready for the starting lineups here and let you listen in.
Perry Meridian is a smoke-free school. No smoking is permitted anywhere on school grounds. No exercise located. Restrooms are on the balcony on the far west end. You may just stop by and visit the Perry Meridian competition concession stand on the upper balcony level. Reminder that good sportsmanship starts with you. Please extend good sportsmanship towards our guest school, our game officials, and of course your fellow fans in the stands. Remember, it's the Falcon Way. And again, good evening, fans. We welcome you to Perry Meridian High School. And first round action of the boys Marion County basketball tournament between the visitors from Warren Central, the Warriors, and the home school, Perry Meridian Falcons. Fans, if you're ready, let's meet tonight's starting lineups. First will be the visitors from Warren Central. Starting guard in number 10, Donald Post. Starting guard number 11, Time is. Starting guard number 12, Malik Stanley. Starting forward number 31, Gabriel of Marion. And starting forward number 34, Chandler Jackson. Head coach of the Warren Central Warriors.
Are we not what?
And now, fans, if you're ready, Perry Meridian Falcons. Starting on number 10, Jaden Taylor. Starting on number 12, Reggie McDonald. Starting on number 14, Hanson Porcello. Starting forward, number 14, Patrick Schott. And starting forward, number 4, Noah Hamilton. And coach is Mark James.
All right, the lineups have been set for tonight. The teams will take the floor. For Warren Central, they'll come out with number 10, a senior, Donald Coates, junior, number 11, Deontay Davis, senior, number 12, Malik Stanley, senior, number 31, Gabriel McNary, and a junior, number 34, Chandler Jackson. Warriors are led by head coach DeAndre Davis. On the Perry Meridian side, they will start with Guard Reggie McDonald, senior, also a senior, number 14, Mason Corsaro. The big guys in the middle, Patrick Schott, he's a sophomore, number 42. Noah Pendleton, number 44. And Butler recruit Jaden Taylor, number 10. Coach is Mark James, as Warren controls the tip and gets started here on the left side. Deontay Davis looks to get the ball moving. They work the ball inside. And we'll have an early foul here on the Falcons.
McNary goes about 6'8". He's long. It's going to be a load down there for Pendleton and Schott. They'll try to stay out of foul trouble here tonight, Zach.
That first Falcon foul on Patrick Schott. His first, team's first. As we get the ball in here, Gabriel McNary goes to work on the inside and he drops it in for 2.
Nice little spin move to his off shoulder there. Drew contact, turned around over the right shoulder and just dropped it in.
Warren will counter with a little bit of pressure here to start as Reggie McDonald brings the ball up the floor for the Falcons. Gets things moving on the left side. Falcons look to work their motion offense. Drops it down to Patrick Schott. He gives the shot fake and he drops it in for 2.
Good composure from Schott with those bigs flying around.
Strong offense there on the first possession from the Falcons.
They came out and doubled Jaden, tried to pressure him, and Jaden found Schott. The easy bucket.
Absolutely. Malik Stanley can't find a connection. McDonald with the steal. But he's rejected at the rim.
Yeah, Mr. Coates there from Chicago, a new member of the Warren Central Warriors squad, just blocked it with both hands. It was like a volleyball block.
There's blocks, and then there's blocks that send messages, Lucas. That might have been one that he was trying to send a message there as he recycled it out of bounds. Falcons inbound the ball. Well, Taylor looks to get inside, but loses it off the knee.
They're disrupting Jaden tonight. They know they've been watching their scouting videos. They know exactly what they need to do to kind of throw him off. Get physical with him, get after the ball when it's in his hands, and just don't let him have anything easy.
Well,
Jaden see a lot of straight-up man-to-man tonight. Will Warren look to throw some different defenses at him? What will we see from the Warren side as far as the defense goes?
Well, right now it looks like they've got Tay Davis matched up with him. And I've already seen a quick trap and a quick double with Tay Davis being 6'7" and as athletic as he is. Maybe he can handle him. One-on-one. What's going on here, Zach?
It looks like, from what I can gather from the officials, we have a player that wasn't in the book for Warren. So that's automatically a technical foul. We'll get 2 shots here for the Falcons. That's a huge break early.
Yeah. Remember, first-year coach. Sometimes these things will happen.
Every once in a while, you get a mistake, something gets overlooked, and it can definitely cost you. In this case, the Falcons get 1 point out of it. They will retain possession. Scoreboard shows 2s, but it is Falcons up early, 3-2 here in the first quarter. 6:30 remaining. Reggie McDonald looks to set the offense. Gets a ball screen from Jaden Taylor on the right-hand side, and then he'll work off of the ball screen from Patrick Schott, moving his way back left. Noah Pendleton loses the ball, but Jaden Taylor's there to retrieve it.
Coach wanted that on the break. He was hungry.
You can tell early, Lucas, Warren's going to be active with the hands, active with the feet. As Jaden Taylor gets inside for 2 more, Falcons lead early, 5-2. Stanley works it around the right side, dumps it inside to Donald Coates.
Nice steal by Taylor.
Takes it away. And Perry Meridian's going to be content to run that motion offense tonight.
Absolutely, and that's the name of the game against a team like Warren. You got to out-discipline them.
As Taylor pulls up for 2 and knocks it down.
He's got 5 quick ones.
5 quick points, and the Falcons are up 7-2. 5:18 remaining in the first quarter.
And if Jaden's hitting contested jump shots, it's going to be a problem for Warren. They might have to switch up some of the schemes on defense on him. So far, he's been contested on 2 buckets. Made both of them.
Malik Stanley moves the ball to the left side. They get the ball in. It's a miss off the rim.
Nice defense by shot there.
Yes.
Kind of a reachy group, aren't they?
They're very reachy, Lucas. I've noticed that early as well.
Hey, I have nothing against the aggressive defense, especially with a team as deep as Warren. They've got guys on their bench that would start for many teams in Indiana.
Absolutely, and I think we're going to see one of those players come in here after this first free throw from Taylor, which is good. We've got our first sub of the evening as
Malik Dowdell.
Malik Dowdell will enter the game alongside Tyler Horton for Warren. As Coach Davis goes to the bench early. 4:48 remaining here. As Taylor looks to make it a 9-2 lead with that made free throw. And the Falcons will drop back into what looks like a zone, Lucas.
Yep, 2-3.
A little change up from Coach James early here, throwing him a different look, it seems.
Well, you're daring Warren to shoot, and the senior made him pay for it.
Made them pay, he did, as Malik Stanley knocks one in from 3.
Our scouting report on Stanley is so far accurate. He pulls up and shoots. Likes to shoot off the dribble.
Warren gets a trap on the sideline, gets the ball up the court. They move it around the perimeter.
It's good ball movement to Stanley.
Stanley had another open look, but he couldn't get that one to drop as McDonald corrals the rebound.
I think Stanley's one of those shooters that prefers to shoot off the dribble. He was wide open there on a catch and shoot and wasn't even close.
McDonald gets the offense started, moves it over to the right-hand side. Over to Schott, who gets it back to McDonald.
Oh, Reggie picked up his dribble. This Warren team's playing aggressive defense.
There's a lot of hands in there. You get the sense early that this game may be dictated by the officials, too. So far, they're letting them play as Taylor misses everything from deep.
Noah had a chance at that offensive rebound, but couldn't wrangle it. And I think Mark James is going to give these guys a message to slow it down and keep your composure. You're up by 4.
As we come to our first timeout of the game, it's a 30-second timeout here from Coach James. He didn't like what he saw in that possession, Lucas, I don't think.
A lot of hero ball from Jaden at the top of the key, and he took a good shot. It was actually a good look. He was open, but didn't even draw an iron. I think he worn himself out a little bit trying to get some one-on-one action going on Tyler Horton there, and Horton did a great job on him until that ball rotation came, and then Jaden's got to hit that.
So Warren's shown early. They're going to play up. They're going to play aggressive. What's the message from Coach James as far as how to deal with that? Is that something they were anticipating coming into this game?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Coach James' staff has done its due diligence scouting this team. I think the message is going to be just keep doing what you've been doing the majority of the first quarter. Play straight up on defense, hustle and close out, and then on offense, you got to take good shots. So far, that's been the case until that last possession. It's a foul on the ground for Schott. This is number 2 on him, I think.
It is number 2. Warriors were able to work it inside there. Second foul on Schott, second team foul for the Falcons. He'll get replaced. Entering the game for the Falcons, John Joyce and Isaiah Brinker, as we'll get another foul here.
A great pass.
Meridian foul number 50, John Joyce, his first.
Fouls on Joyce, his first, team's third.
On the floor. That was on the floor, ref. Interesting interpretation of the rules here, Zach.
Giving him 2 shots there. Definitely close. as Mikal Clark goes to the line for Warren. He knocks down the first. 9-6 ball game here with 3 minutes remaining in the first quarter. Clark makes the second. And they'll counter with some full court pressure here. Yeah. Falcons looking to work it around. They get the ball across half court. Oh. Pendleton throws it away.
Pendleton got the yips there. It was a good thought, but not against this team.
And Stanley drives down the middle for two, and we're going to get another timeout by Coach James. He is not pleased with what he's seeing.
This is not the same mixed squad we played last week. Center Grove tried that full court press, and Jaden pretty much took care of it on his own. Warren being much longer, quicker, and more aggressive. I think that press is going to be a bit of a problem if we can't push through it quicker than what we just did. Got to get over that 10-second line and run your offense.
It seems watching early, there's going to be a little bit of an adjustment period to the pressure that Warren's thrown at him. You made reference to that MIG game that Perry was able to win over break where they took down Center Grove. Center Grove, though, plays a totally different pace than Warren. At least it appears that way from the outset. A little more methodical, a little more...
Look, I think Warren's got the horses to do this for a while.
Warren's bringing the pressure out of the timeout.
Triple team on
Taylor.
Daring someone else to hit an open shot here.
Falcons are able to settle as McDonald works it around. Isaiah Blinker.
That might be a little bit of a breakup call there, Zach. I thought that went off of Brinker's knee. But I'll take it.
We will definitely take that one. As Brinker looks to inbound, gets the ball to Taylor. Taylor looks to attack.
Oh, that's
doesn't get it to fall. Gets his own rebound though, and drops it in for two, and he'll get the foul.
That is his first rebound basketball taking Taylor.
Fouls on Warren. Tyler Horton. His first foul, team's third, as Jaden converts the and one to give Perry Meridian the 12-9 lead. 2:10 remaining in the first quarter. Malik Stanley brings the ball around top. He looks inside and he throws the ball away.
Yeah, you can't just dump it into the big against the 2-3. You got to rotate that ball around.
Falcons get the ball in to McDonald, and Warren will retreat.
Oh.
Joyce moves the ball over to McDonald, who swings it around to Brinker. He'll reset the offense up top.
Jaden wants it in the post. He's got a good matchup down there.
And Jaden comes around that screen up top. He's got some space, but Warren closes it down quick. Jaden saw something he liked there, and he pulled from three, but he couldn't quite get it to go.
That's not the look you want against their tallest player.
Warren works it inside, can't get the ball to drop.
McNary played
by McNary.
McNary played Taylor to the top on the top of the key over here and then missed in the post, but you can't just shoot over their biggest player. You got to get better ball movement than that. I think Perry still needs to calm down. They're hanging with this team. They're by 3 right now. We're almost at the end of the first quarter, so be confident.
McDonald looks to bring the ball up the court. He'll work the ball over to the left side. Brinker looks to make a move. Doesn't like what he sees. Gets the ball
nice
out.
move. A little Euro step.
Works it into the lane for two. Falcons up 14-9, 45 seconds remaining in the first quarter.
Reggie is the shortest player on the court, I think. Maybe Isaiah is about the same height, but he took it amongst the trees there and scored.
Looking to work it inside.
Hey, Davis
Two
stays with
rebounds.
it.
Hey, Davis able to get inside and finish on the third attempt.
He's a smooth basketball player. You can tell he's going to do things here with his career.
We've got 10 seconds counting down here, first quarter. As Taylor gets inside.
Well,
not the cleanest look there on the first one, but he stuck with it, got the rebound, and he's going to go back to the line.
I love Jaden rising to the competition in this game. He's being really aggressive. We didn't see this out of him the first couple games of the season. He kind of kicked it up a notch, starting with that Bloomington North game, and since then he's been a force of nature.
He looks locked in tonight. On that particular play, it looks like he saw something that he could attack in the defense.
Yeah, and I don't necessarily like the floater contested, but get your own rebound and get to the foul line. Sometimes your best offense is to force the ref's hands, like you were mentioning earlier in the broadcast.
So Warren gets a full timeout here. 5 seconds remaining in the first quarter. We've seen both coaches take a timeout early here tonight. What's the Warren coach? What's Coach Davis telling his team in the huddle?
Well, I think that right now you've got Taylor going to the line, right? He's going to go for two.
He's going to have two shots.
And then what Davis is probably doing here is I don't know if you draw up a play from a full court situation, but he's going to probably warn that there might be some pressure, and he's going to tell them to try to get a good shot. It's probably going to be Stanley who takes that shot off the dribble, and we've got to know that. We need to pick up Stanley right at the timeline and make sure that any junk he throws up is contested. Well, I'll be. Stanley's not even out there. So you've got another couple good shooters in that lineup, though. We'll see what happens. But they're gonna want to rebound and run.
Taylor at the line for two.
Not giving them a chance for the rebound and run here would be a good strategy, Jaden.
He knocks down the second.
No pressure.
Warren gets the ball in.
It's Davis,
Deontay Davis has 2 seconds. He looks to pass. Shot in the way. It's good.
Oh, there's your other shooter.
My goodness. Jeez. Do you think Malik Dowdell can shoot the ball? I think he shot that one.
Looks like it.
From Greenwood. As he drops it down at the buzzer.
I'm not sure that was the play that Coach Davis drew up, but it worked.
At the end of one, Perry Meridian 16, Warren Central 14. Good quarter, good start for the Falcons.
Yeah, you hate to see that three go in at the end, but we don't look scared. We don't look intimidated by this team that's obviously bigger and more athletic than us overall from top to bottom. So that's a good sign. Jaden scoring 12 points is also a pretty good sign.
Warren coming into the evening off of a 21-point victory over Hamilton Southeastern, 4-4 on the year.
Yeah, but that 4-4 means a little bit different than most. It's a little bit different than most teams 4-4. Look at their 4 losses against some of the toughest teams in Indiana.
Well, they gave Addicts and Cathedral tough battles, and they've taken down some juggernauts.
I think Homestead. They lost to Homestead. Homestead might be the best team in Indiana.
They might be. There's no doubt Warren plays about as tough a schedule as you can play. So
just being in the mix, but then they picked some really tough non-conference games with Cathedral, Addicts, and Homestead. I can't imagine running those three. It's a gauntlet. It's good for these kids. I think Warren's going to be tested. I think at the Sagarin, last I checked, they were top 20. State contenders, I dare say, if they can be disciplined enough.
I think so. As we get things started here in the second quarter, Jaden Taylor misses one off the left-hand side.
Reggie with the block of the big man.
I think he had 5'9", Reggie McDonald there blocking 6'7", Tay Davis.
Yeah, he says, get that Division I basketball scholarship offer out of here.
I'd say that tells you something about Reggie's mindset tonight, but he brings that mindset about every time he steps on
That's every
the floor.
time he even goes to Baxter Y.
Warren will go right back to the big inside. Davis gets the rebound, misses, and Schott's able to corral it for the Falcons. Gets the ball up to McDonald.
Slow down, Reg.
McDonald doesn't like what he sees and pulls it out and gets the offense started on the left-hand side.
Now they're still playing man, but they're playing off of us now.
Warren's countering.
I like
Carry motion with a little bit of a soft man here.
I like the matchup Jaden's got though. Let's get him ISO'd.
I didn't know how long it would take us to see one of the patented Mark James motion offense plays here.
Yeah,
but I think we found it here. We're about 50 seconds into this possession, and Perry Meridian's just fine running the ball.
Until that.
Uh-oh. As Warren gets the quick steal and a bucket, Malik Stanley will tie the game here at 16 apiece. 6:30 remaining in the half. They trap McDonald under the basket, but he's fouled. Let's see who they get for this foul.
You gotta hate to see that if you're Coach Davis. A foul 90 feet away from the basket.
They'll get Malik Stanley with his first, team 6, so the Falcons will be in the bonus the rest of the half. And Coach Davis can't like that call from the officials. Got the trap where he wanted under the basket. Love to see that play out there for Coach Davis. But as to be expected, did not slow Warren down as they're right back in the pressure. The Falcons are able to get the ball across. Taylor for 3. It's off the rim.
It's a good look.
Ball bounces to Stanley. We'll try the right side. Doesn't like what he sees as he gets a ball screen. Gets the ball over to Davis. He'll shoot the mid-range. And we've got a foul. I don't know what we have here.
Meridian on Tourney. That is his first.
I didn't see it.
Foul on Brinker.
Let's see if I can see it on the replay here on your delay screen.
This free throw from Tay Davis. Oh boy! Wow!
He kind of did a flyby there.
You don't get the replays at home, but that was it was a light brush. The shooter there, and it'll cost the Falcons a point
and the lead.
Davis knocks down 1 of 2, and the Warriors take their first lead of the evening, 17-16. 5:50 to go here in the first half. They trap shot. They'll move the ball over to Taylor. They look to trap him in the corner. The Falcons are able to get the ball around as they move it over to Brinker. Brinker examines the territory. Gets it over to the left-hand side. McDonald looks to penetrate down the middle, and he's going to get a jump ball called. It'll be Warren Central ball.
That was more of a foul than what Brinker committed on the other end.
I think so. And I think it's safe to say neither one were fouled. I think that was the right call there on the jump ball. As we get Mason Casaro entering the game for Reggie McDonald.
Oh, smooth move to the basket for Davis. Left-hand finish.
He looked real smooth on that move to the basket. Gives the Warriors a 3-point lead. Falcons get the ball across the timeline. Taylor gets a defender in the air. Can't get the 2 to go. And here comes Davis in transition.
Good look.
Drops a pass down, and they're going to get an and 1 bucket. The finish from Malik Dowdell.
It was a great pass by Davis. Gathered himself after the break. Usually a kid this age, a junior in high school with that much athletic ability, was to throw that one down or at least draw contact and get to the line, but he dumped it off to his teammate for an easy layup and one-up opportunity.
He's starting to show a little bit of the skill set. He's made a couple jumpers, gotten to the basket. That one he showed us his passing prowess. As Dowdell can't connect on the N1 shot with the rebound.
The bucket here would be huge for Perry. Haven't scored in this entire quarter.
Gotta hit that. Pulls up from mid-range, can't get it to drop. The Warriors look to run again, and we're going to get a third foul on shot.
Joyce is going to have to come back. He's in already, so you got Pendleton and Joyce. It looks like Zach Douglas is going to get his first run here. We're giving him a lot of height now. And we already were, but Douglas is probably only 6'1".
The first free throw is missed by the senior, McNary. Zach Douglas into the game for his first minutes tonight for the Falcons. Alongside Mason Pissarro, John Joyce, Jaden Taylor, and Reggie McDonald on the floor for the Falcons. 4:22 remaining here in the first half.
We've been breaking the press, but I think Warren is content to keep doing it just because it's kind of flustering us and forcing us into bad shots.
Hard to simulate the pressure in practice, I would think.
Good hustle by Warren.
They're definitely just frazzling the Falcons a bit here.
Yeah.
8-0 run by the Warriors.
Yeah,
11-0 run. If I forgot about the 3 to end the quarter.
Yeah, it's an 11-0 run. Jaden misses a few shots, Reggie misses a few shots, and it's all of a sudden we're just deflated. I think the play here is the Stars got to take over. Jaden's going to have to get himself a bucket or to the line.
Douglas into the game, looks to shoot the 3, doesn't get it to go, and we've got a foul at the other end on Mason Pissarro.
Yeah, he just got
his first
stampeded.
Foul. Team 7, so Davis is going to be at the line.
It's a good foul.
It's a 1-and-1. He's able to knock down the first.
I'd say it's either that foul or you end up on somebody's Instagram.
I think he was just trying to slow him down. He was coming down the tracks pretty fast there, and we're going to have a lane violation on Warren.
They're calling a foul on Warren. John Joyce to the free throw line.
Interesting. So we've got a foul. The free throw went in. He blew the whistle before the ball dropped through the hoop, and I haven't seen the scorers table add a point to the Warren total, so I don't know.
He gets it.
Okay,
yeah.
So they do add the point. So Warren gets the 2 free throws, but at the other end, John Joyce will be at the line for a 1-and-1.
It's actually a worse outcome than what if we had just got the ball
I was just
out.
getting ready to say, Lucas, this is a pretty big free throw, but I didn't want to put on my announcer's jinx. It didn't work as the free throw bounces off. Warren controls here, up 8, 3:30 remaining in the first half. They work the ball over to Davis. Davis works the ball back over to Dowdell, who gets it inside to Coates, who finishes for 2. And they counter with that pressure.
Sort of reminding us of that infamous fourth quarter in the Lebanon Championship versus Pike, where we didn't score.
There was a scoreless quarter against Pike 2 games ago for the Falcons.
3 games ago.
3 games ago, that's right.
Remember, we are coming off of a victory here. Columbus East. I'm not sure how that went out on Joyce with McNary over his back like that, but
Ever since that fourth quarter in the Lebanon tournament, things have been going well for the Falcons. Finding a rough patch here in the second quarter.
This Warren team is one that's easy to find rough patches against. They make things difficult.
And there, you get Davis missing off the glass for a rebound there.
The cleanup work.
McNary for 2, and it's a 12-point lead.
You got to try to get this thing down 8 or 9 here by the half.
McDonald gets into the lane, and he's going to end the streak.
One way to do it.
That ends a 17-0 run.
You say what you want about Reggie. That boy is fearless.
Fearless, and we're going to need to see some fearlessness out of him if the Falcons are going to get back on track.
Coach Davis was maybe considering a long Mark James-esque possession. Didn't work out. Stanley said no and took it to the rim, and it's going to result in an and one.
Not an and one.
Well, if this were
on the floor,
even if this were in college, that would have been an and one.
Taylor will shoot.
Taylor knocks down the first. Pulls the Falcons within 9. As the second one is good as well. 28-20, 2:06 remaining in the first half.
One more stop and a good look, and I think we're back in business.
We'll see if the Falcons can shut them down this possession as the Warriors work the ball around the outside.
That's too deep. McNary just got within 6 inches of the rim and had Zach Douglas on him, who he has by 7 inches.
You made reference there to his position on the inside. How are the Warriors able to get the ball so deep right now?
I have no idea. No denial. I mean, if you're Douglas, you got to front it. You got to deny the pass. But I mean, in his defense, again, the size differential there is just drastic.
First free throw was good as Tyler Horton and Xavion Gillard enter the game for Warren Central. Second free throw on the way for McNary. It'll bounce off as John Joyce is able to corral the rebound.
Here comes that pressure again. They're going to trap that corner.
You see Brinker and Taylor play a little back and forth pass.
Third three-point attempt from Douglas. He's missed all of it.
It's not that they're bad looks, Lucas. I don't know if that's what Coach James wants out of the offense.
I think that might have been the best of the 3 looks. But yeah, you're right. I think Coach wants a little bit more motion, a little bit more action, and a little bit more length of possession. If you're going to take a shot that early in a possession, it better go in. I think he's going to get yanked here.
I think on the flip side, if you're Coach Davis, you're getting what you want out of the pressure here in this second quarter. Quicker shots by Perry. A little frazzled as they try to break the press.
Yeah.
Some quick opportunities on the other end as well. As Davis back at the line. This is the first.
Hate that.
Ball caroms to Reggie McDonald, and he'll bring the ball up. Drives inside, gets the block, and we'll get an and one here.
That was a heck of a jump stop by Reggie. Drew contact, threw it up there, and went in. Still not sure what the call. The officiating has been unusual. It's like they make a bad call on one end and they just try to correct it on the other end. You don't see that to this effect that much in Indian high school basketball.
Definitely seen the McDonald initiated contact there. They must have saw.
And he was 4 feet from the rim. I mean, even if you're using NBA rules, that's a charge.
They deemed the Warriors out of position. McDonald was able to convert.
Good defense by Breaker. I love
the Falcons settle into a zone defense here.
Coach James teaches them to guard the ball with their bodies and not their hands. You can see they move their feet well. I say that as Tay Davis just...
Oh, and we get a travel. That's another call I like because the alternative was an and one basket and a foul on Taylor.
And a
so
poster.
That's erased. Take the 2 off the board. The Falcons going the other way.
This hasn't been a one-shot situation so far this year, Zach, but I think it ought to be in this game. Because if you can go in the locker room down, 3 or 4 points, I mean, that's huge after this quarter.
It's been a game of runs. We've seen a 17-point run from Warren.
Contested 2 for Reggie. Exactly the opposite of what I think Coach James wanted there.
Countered by a 7-0 run here from Perry, and we've got 25 seconds left. A little chaos. I think he just took 4 steps there up top, too. The refs were not interested in calling that one.
We call that the crab dribble. Maybe that's something else.
And then maybe 2 steps there. We'll see here. We can get 1 travel is all we want, Ref. Davis pulls from 3.
And Isaiah Brinker was not flopping there. He literally got shoved.
Doesn't get the roll. The ball goes out of bounds. The buzzer goes off. We've got all kinds of action here to wrap up the second quarter.
Okay, maybe the refs could go and get a refresher at halftime and come back with a new perspective.
The refs are talking it over. Perry's left the floor, so I think we're going to have the end of the half.
Maybe talking over several rules violations that occurred in that last possession, Zach, that were not called.
Okay. So Warren's left the floor. I think if the refs want to play that 1 possession out, they're going to have to get the teams back out. We'll wait till they leave the floor here to officially declare the half over.
There's only 3 refs. They'll need 2 more to run a 5-man squad.
We've got 10 minutes on the halftime clock. The refs are leaving the floor. That brings us to the half. Warren Central 29, Perry Meridian 23. We will go to our halftime interview. We've got a great interview lined up here. Lucas, do you want to tell us a little bit about what we should expect to see here at the half?
Well, I'm going to let you guys enjoy it, but we are going to see one of Central Indiana's top senior wrestlers, Aiden Warren. And I interviewed him the other day, and just a great kid, and he's got some great news to share that if you haven't heard yet, you can watch the interview and enjoy it. So, Aiden Warren. Aiden Warren. Aiden, how's it going?
Good, how are you?
I'm awesome. So we brought you in today just to kind of talk a little bit about some exciting news you might have just recently got. You want to tell the viewers a little bit about that?
Yeah, so I just accepted an offer to attend the Air Force. IU, and Purdue.
And you just accepted Air Force with all. I'd say that's pretty prestigious. What are some of the other schools that were looking at you?
Some of the other schools were Naval Academy, Brown, IU, and Purdue.
And you just accepted Air Force with all those other offers on the table and looks. What about Air Force enticed you to jump on that offer?
Well, the biggest thing is not like the wrestling part or anything, but I thought about the after and what it could do for me and my future family and my family now. So it was more of the bigger picture rather than wrestling just now.
Good. So you were looking into maybe being a pilot. Air Force is offering you. So what was that like getting that news that you were going to get that offer?
So I remember I was freaking out. I was bowling. He said he'd call me later that day. So I'm in the middle of bowling and I hear my phone start to ring. So I run out to the parking lot and answer it. And we were talking for like 10 minutes, and then out of nowhere, he offered me the last spot for the class of 2021.
Nice. Were you with your friends, your family?
I was with my girlfriend's family.
Okay, so you're with your girlfriend's family, and you just run out of this bowling alley and take this call. That must have been pretty exciting.
Yeah, I don't think they knew what was happening until I came back.
Nice. So obviously we're here at the boys county basketball game versus Warren, which you guys just got done wrestling Warren at the team stage. What was that like?
It was a super good duel. Came down to the last match, which we were down 8 going into the last match. So technically we couldn't have came back. So I went out there and they gave me a forfeit because they just didn't want to wrestle anybody, I guess, against me. So,
They didn't want the smoke.
Yeah, I guess so.
So, what are some of the things that you're thinking about as you go forward in this wrestling season? What's coming up for you that's forefront in your mind and in your focus? What are you most excited about?
I'm probably most excited for obviously individual state, but where my mind at, I always try and just one thing at a time. So my mind right now is on conference this weekend.
Okay, and who you got in this weekend's match?
Really, not anybody.
But by the time this airs, you'll probably have won.
Yep.
So I'm hoping that we'll be celebrating some victories by the end of this program. So I wanted to also just give you an opportunity now to throw out any shout-outs you have for teammates, coaches, friends, family, anybody.
So I want to just shout out Coach Shelby and Coach Richardson for always being there for me, not just in the wrestling perspective, but outside. Coach Shelby's always calling me, making sure I'm healthy, physically and mentally. And my mom and dad, obviously, for spending countless of hours making sure I'm at practices, tournaments, everything. All of my teammates for making sure I'm always working hard in the room and pushing me even when I don't want to. And also just all the teachers that have done my letters of recommendation and evaluations to make sure my acceptance to the Air Force.
So we're really proud of him. Congratulations, and thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
All right, and we're back. Great interview there, Lucas, with one of our best Falcon athletes, Aiden Warren.
Yeah, but sorry for the technical difficulties. If you guys didn't hear, he did get offered and accepted to wrestle for Air Force. So big deal for Aiden. We're very proud of him.
Outstanding. One of the best Meridian athletes we have. Great young man. Great wrestler. Just an all-around great kid. So we're back here.
Marion will be to the line.
Warren moves it inside early, and it's McNary.
Third grade, number 42. That shot is third. Basket by McNary is good.
He got his points here and there, picked his spots in the first half. Looks like they want to get him involved early here in the second half. He gets a quick 2 and makes the free throw. Warren scoots out to a 9-point lead just 10 seconds into the third quarter.
There's nothing, particularly physically intimidating about the Warren bigs, but they're just long and they can all move. They're all guys that can probably play wing at the next level somewhere. So it's just tough to guard with that quick first step.
You bring up an interesting point as Taylor scores for 2.
Great look by John Joyce, by the way.
At all levels of basketball, it seems as though length is a great disruptor.
Yeah.
And Warren really has a benefit here. They can pressure as they knock down a 3. Chandler Jackson. They can pressure you. They can trap. But they can turn up the heat without having to do anything special, too, just with their length. And I think that's really affecting Perry right now.
I think Jackson stepped out of bounds, thankfully, because he just stripped Jaden.
This, to me, is a critical point in the game. Lucas, you don't want to fall too far down. You've got what I think is arguably the best player on the floor in Jaden Taylor. What does Perry need to do here to kind of settle down and get things right going into the fourth?
I sound like a broken record, but taking good shots is crucial, and that happened in our first possession with a great give and go to John Joyce to Taylor. So you can't give Warren anything easy, and they've had way too many easy buckets in that second quarter. Too many looks deep, close to the rim. Got to deny front, avoid fouling. We've already got some foul trouble going on with our bigs. As you noticed, Joyce started this half not shot. So play smart. Sounds cliche, but it's the only way that a team like Perry can even compete with Warren.
Well, we know we can do it. The first quarter was all Perry Meridian. Since then, it's been all about the Warren pressure. They force another turnover. Not quite. Ball's on the floor.
Somewhere along that scramble, that ball had to have hit the end line.
As Taylor finishes for 2. And who do you think came up with that loose ball, Lucas? It was Reggie McDonald. On the floor again. Saves a possession and 2 points for the Falcons. Warriors working inside. Back outside to Davis. He had a toe on the line, but it doesn't drop anyway.
Yeah, I think
ball's tipped out. Joyce is able to corral it. Gets to Casaro and back to Taylor.
I haven't watched a bunch of Tay Davis, but just watch his mechanics. He's got good form. I don't know if that's. I think Coach James is probably okay with him taking open shots, just probably not Stanley and Chandler.
Reggie McDonald splits 2 and finishes at the rim. Falcons within 6. 5:38 to go, third quarter.
It was a good move by Reggie. Again, just not scared in there. He's going to that rim every time he gets a step. Back to that zone.
They have Davis up top. Stanley will fire from 3. You were noting at the start of the game, he's kind of a senior leader on this team.
Yeah, he was a junior Indiana All-Star last year, so that's a big deal.
Indiana All-Star is a very big deal in the state of Indiana. Prestigious award, no doubt. As Taylor...
You don't like that. You don't like that ISO contested fall-away 3 from your best player.
Falcons able to get the offensive rebound, work it around to McDonald. He'll split inside again and get the foul. I think they're going to get McNary.
I'm sorry, but if you're 6'8" and you've got 5'8" drawing a foul on you, something has gone terribly wrong in high school. Then they got Jackson, luckily for McNary. But
correction, you are correct.
Could have been either of them.
There, Lucas. They are going to give the foul to Chandler Jackson. Teams first. Reggie McDonald at the line for 2. As he knocks down the first. Free throws have been falling tonight for the Falcons.
Reggie's having a great game offensively. It's one of his better games of the year so far. We needed him. It's been all him and Jaden. We only have 2 non-Reggie and Jaden points tonight.
Second one is no good. 38-30, 4:38 remaining third quarter. Davis stands up top, works the ball to the side.
That time Joyce fronted him, had to make a tough pass, got too far underneath the bucket, and he didn't get an easy basket. Yes, they retained possession, but that denial kept him from getting that position that he wanted to get in and score easily. See?
McDonald tips it, can't quite knock it away.
It's a gamble.
And that's a big three from Malik Stanley.
Reggie gambled there, wanted to make something happen.
Taylor comes down the other end. He'll go into the lane, and he'll finish for two. Big basket there from Taylor as he counters the senior leader from Warren. Stanley comes down. He wants a heat check. He's not going to get it to go as he's down on the ground. Reggie McDonald moves the other way. He looks to drive, gets the ball over.
Brinker couldn't handle it.
Brinker has it go just through the hands. Stanley drops it down.
They could have got Joyce on a foul there.
The finish from Jackson.
That's not the pace Coach James wants.
Taylor brings the ball up. John Joyce gives him a ball screen. He drops the ball down to Pendleton. Back out to Brinker, who looks for three. Doesn't get it to go. Oh, Pendleton hustles in the corner.
He saved it. Good save by Noah Pendleton.
Patrick Schott ended up with the ball. I thought maybe he was in the game. He was just standing up on the end of the bench.
Hey, you know that? It was a good look by Jaden to get the action going. Got Isaiah Brinker an open shot. He missed it, but that's what you want. It's a good shot.
Perry's scrapping tonight. They've gotten a lot of offensive rebounds, keeping the ball alive. As Taylor moves to the left, loses the ball, but again,
these Warren kids
there to get on the ball.
They are aggressive. They play a lot. It's kind of like an AAU field. You know, they just scramble all over the court, just always looking at running, getting buckets on the transition. They haven't produced much when they've had to run half-court sets, except for when they've been able to get it into their bigs. Except for this half, they've hit some open threes. So if they're going to do all that, it'll be tough for anybody to hang with them.
Patrick Schott enters the game for Joyce. Warren's in that man-to-man.
Got a quick double to
with
Jaden
a quick
every
trap
time.
up top. Jaden splits it, draws contact, no foul. Pendleton's there.
Looks like
more contact, no foul. And Warren can't corral the rebound. They're not giving that ball to Warren.
They are. I think you got a choice there. You can either call the foul on Pendleton, or you could call it out of bounds on Warren.
I like the choice that you didn't mention, Lucas. I like no foul on Pendleton and Perry ball.
Yeah, out of bounds on Warren. That's your other choice.
Okay.
I don't know that giving it to Warren with no foul call makes any sense.
Nonetheless, Warren gets the ball back down, and we're going to get a cheap one on Pendleton on the baseline.
Yeah, it's the foul they should have called on the other end. We're still doing it. We're going back and forth. We're picking up a call here that we didn't make down there.
Second team foul on the Falcons this half.
There's shot back in here.
Davis inbounds, gets the ball in to Stanley.
Scott's got to keep his hands up. I think he's already got three. That's 4 on Shot. He's trying to show him that he was vertical. He was. He had good position. He slid his feet, stuck his hands up, didn't swat down. It's not a foul. He didn't even jump.
It's been a tough night for Schott. He's drawn a lot of those close calls, and he's going to head back to the bench.
Yeah, Schott's come a long way defensively this year. He could hardly play any defense as a freshman. This year, his court time, he's a starter now because he slides his feet well. He's put a lot of work in on that end, and he's gotten stronger.
Definitely one of the rising stars in this Falcon program. Class of 2023 heads to the bench. As Joyce comes back in. Pendleton with a great screen out there. We'll get the over-the-back call on number 10, Donald Coates.
Yeah, I think Coates looks like one of those players that just gets so aggressive he doesn't even know what he's doing some of the time. That was a clear reach. He just wants that ball.
Warren's third team foul, and they're going to trap in the backcourt. Ball gets swung over to McDonald. He gets it up across. Pendleton in the corner. They don't trap. Cutting Casaro can't finish, but Taylor's there to clean it up. Big two. Holds the Falcons within 9.
Fortunate
Coach
Carom
Davis not pleased. He's going to get a quick timeout.
Yeah, well, you're in man-to-man, and you're a bigger and more athletic team. You shouldn't sacrifice any offensive rebounds.
Scores Warren Central 43.
In that case, Jaden just beat Stanley around the edge and got free from the quick putback.
Well, 2:29 left here in the third quarter. Falcons playing hard. Warren playing hard. What are the keys coming down the stretch for each team?
Well, if Warren could keep hitting those threes, moving the ball and hitting those baseline threes, I mean, and whatever they've been doing, which is just playing aggressive and being bigger than us, then I think they're going to win. It's not going to be close. But Perry can close out. The ball bounces their way a few more times, like it just did, and we can avoid stupid fouls. Then we can get back into this quarter. You're really looking at hitting your open shots. It can't just be all Jaden drawing fouls. I mean, we've got to rotate. We've got to play patient, smart. Same thing we've been saying all night, and it's what we were doing in the first quarter. Got to get back to that. Just running the offense.
And the timeout will end here. If you're just joining us, Warren Central has a 9-point lead with 2:30 to go here in the third quarter. Perry got out to the early lead, led 16-11 just before Warren beat the buzzer in the first quarter to make it 16-14. Warren would go on a 17-point run to take a 12-point lead.
And that's no denial. It's an easy turnaround jump hook for their biggest player.
We've been around that 7 to 12 range ever since. I tell you what, Warren's keeping an arm's distance, but they can't get those rebounds. Perry continues to clean up the glass, and if they can keep converting, that will bode well for the Falcons as we move into the stretch.
They're running man, so in half-court sets they're rebounding well, but they're on if you're full court pressing or trapping, and you're up against a team that breaks it, I mean, there's opportunities for offensive rebounds.
That was Noah Pendleton who cleaned up that miss, got the basket, and converts the free throw. As Davis works around the top for Warren. He gets
Too easy. Too easy.
Gets in with no resistance into the lane and scores it for 2. Taylor brings it back up. He finds double team. Casaro for 3, and he knocks it down.
Mason, open 3.
His first 3 of the evening brings the Falcons within 7.
What's that ball movement we're talking about?
Davis wants to go right back to the lane. He kicks it out. Gets it around to the senior teammate, Mr. Stanley, who's going to slow things down as he scans the terrain. Stanley works the ball inside.
Good defense.
The ball is tipped. It somehow ends up over with Davis on the left side. He's going to pull it out and reset.
I like this Davis kid. He can handle, he can shoot a little bit. He's aggressive and long.
He wants a ball screen up top. He's going to kick it over to Stanley. Ooh. Stanley wants that 3. He's not going to get this one to drop, and that ball hits the ground as 4 Falcons are screening out. You practice it that way. Great to see it in the game. Unfortunately, the ball gets taken underneath, and Stanley converts for 2 for Warren. 9-point lead, 40 seconds left here in the third quarter.
Yeah, little bucket here. This might be a 1 possession.
30 seconds left as Reggie McDonald scans. Looks like they want to run something here. Gets it out to Casaro. Does a little shot fake, gets inside. Kicks it back out to McDonald. McDonald pulls up for 2. Can't get it to go. Rebound. McNary. He gets it over to Stanley. Stanley's going to bring the ball up. We've got 12 seconds left here in the first half. He's going to pull it out. They're going to get 1 shot. 49-40, 5 seconds left in the third quarter. Stanley gets the ball screen. He looks. He kicks it over to Davis. Davis gets inside. No whistle. Call. There was contact. The refs let him play. The ball falls off. And we've come to the end of the third quarter. After 3, it's the Warren Central Warriors, 49, Perry Meridian Falcons, 40. We're in this game. We're going to have an interesting fourth quarter here, Mr. clutch.
Well, we haven't outscored Warren by more than 5 1/4 yet, or 2 1/4. So I mean, it's going to take an astronomical effort to come back here. However, as you saw, we have shooters. Corsaro hit a 3. Jaden is a threat to get buckets at any given time, and we were breaking the press there. So it's all about composure. I think that we've done well at times staying composed, but getting flustered in the forecourt here, and just making bad decisions with contested jump shots has been our downfall. Just because you break a press doesn't mean you got to chuck up a 15-footer.
So 8 minutes left. Warren Central leads by 9. They play up tempo. They play a pressuring brand of basketball. With a 9-point lead, sometimes you'll see teams pull out of that pressure and sit back a bit. What do you expect to see out of Warren? Are they going to keep the pressure up? Are they going to look to score quick? Are they going to keep that high pace, or are they going to pull back a little bit and try to seal this one by running some time?
Yeah, I think for the first several minutes of this quarter, Coach Davis is going to keep that pressure amped up. I mean, I would. It's working. And it looks like he just lets these kids go out and play. So you got a group this talented. It's not a bad strategy.
We'll see what happens. He's got the senior leader on the bench as Dowdell starts in the game at the point. They drop the ball in. We get a quick turnover. I don't know how long we're going to see the senior leader on the bench.
Marion and Stanley out. That high-low game is not going to be as efficient.
He might have been out of bounds there. They didn't call it. He's going to bring the ball out top. Sean Black. Davis looks over. Dowdell gets it inside to Davis. We're going to get a foul here on Taylor with the reach.
Well, obviously, Coach James has come out of the quarter break with a different mentality on defense. We've got to make disruptions here because you're down 9 in a high school game. There's no shot clock. So get your hands all over the place, and hopefully you can make something happen.
It's the team's 4th foul. Both teams have 4 fouls only, so we won't see the bonus here for at least a few minutes. As the ball works its way back over to Dowdell. To go with a little spread offense here. Sean Black works his way into the lane. You can hear that slap. The gym's too quiet to get away with that. We'll have Mr. Sean Black, senior, going to the line for 2. Big free throws here as he looks to extend this lead from 9 to 10 or 11.
Call that a banana curl. A quick curl from the wing into the middle of the lane, just drive it down the freeway and take it to the rack. He's short, but kind of that Reggie McDonald feel to him. A lot of these guards have it. Warren.
Well, he was able to find success in the lane off that banana curl. He misses the first free throw. Coach James is going to get a timeout here and talk things over. What's he saying? What message is he giving to his team?
If you're going to foul, don't let the guy get to the basket. Check him as he on his way in. I mean, Perry's got to move their feet defensively. I think Coach knows that this is a tall order, so you're going to have to create turnovers. Easy buckets or easy trips can't happen. I think that if anything, getting Warren to shoot more jumpers is probably a good thing, as long as it's not Stanley or who's the other starter, Jackson, spotting up. I mean, then you kind of want Davis shooting jumpers. You kind of want some of these backups shooting them because they'll create some rebounding opportunities for you to maybe get a push and get an easy layup on the other end.
Well, Perry Meridian's got Jaden Taylor. You're never out of it with a player of his caliber. I'm anxious to see what he's got left in the tank here with 7 minutes left as well.
Yeah. By my count, he's got 22. So he's still off his average.
So the second one goes down for Black. Noah Pendleton.
You give him
We'll
3.
knock down the 3. A quick strike from the Falcons gets them within 7. 6:45 left here in the fourth quarter.
Noah's come alive this half offensively.
Dowdell's still in the game, running the show at the point. Gets it over to Black in the corner. Black scans, doesn't like what he sees. Gets it over to Davis. Davis looks to penetrate. Gets it over to Dowdell, over to Black.
I guarantee you, Coach wants them pressuring that ball. You got to get them into making mistakes, mental errors.
They're running some kind of motion here. A pass and cut.
First offensive action design we've seen from them all game.
You know they want to get the ball to Davis. Good close there. Now it looks like we're seeing a little bit of that clock run we thought we might see. They're content just running a little motion.
Yeah.
Ball gets over to Dowdell. He looks, he drives.
Good contest by Joyce.
Ball's tipped around, and who else? Reggie McDonald comes away with the rebound. Gets the ball up to Casaro. Swings to Taylor. Taylor wants the ball screened from Joyce. Little bump up top. Not enough for the foul. He gets inside. Euro step. Finishes.
That Euro is just a pain in the butt to deal with.
5 quick points, and Coach Davis wants a quick TO for Warren Central. 5:31 left. Meridian's pulled within 5.
That's what I was talking about. Get him to take a bad shot, rebound well, take a good shot on the other end. Sounds simple, but it's magic. And they can't see it at home, but that Euro down the lane was totally legal. Just watch the replay, and he just takes big steps. It's hard to time when you're trying to contest that.
How you doing?
Dowdell's done a nice job running the point. He's got a flow going for Warren. I've got to think they're going to go back to Stanley here at some point.
Yeah, Stanley, one thing I've noticed about him, and I haven't scouted him much, he does play with a little bit out of control, but man, instant offense. He can pull up and just drill it, fearless, hound dog defender. So you're right, he's back in the ball game. He's probably going to be running point for him.
Sure enough, he'll add an extra element as he can shoot the deep ball as well.
I think he's a good match for Reggie McDonald.
Reggie's not going to let him get the ball.
He's up for the challenge.
He's been instructed to deny.
Look at him, face to face with Stanley.
Black says that's fine.
I'll just take it to the rack.
Extra space and get 2. And he does. Warren extends the lead to 7. 5:10 left here in the fourth. Shot back in for the Falcons.
Yeah.
He's got
shot
four.
just
He
got
bumped
shoved
inside.
by
They're gonna
Coach. Coach just extended the arm and shoved. Watch the replay, Zach. A cheap
Get a little chicken wing out there.
It was a shove. It was a two-handed shove. I'm actually borderline flagrant. I think back in the old days that might have been a flagrant. Nowadays we call it incidental. The coach got yanked. Coach didn't like it.
Oh my goodness! Another 2-hand slam from Jaden Taylor.
Jaden Taylor flexing on him. Look at that. That's what we want to see.
Brings the Falcons to within 5 and injects a little bit of energy into this building. Less than 100 people in attendance, but it feels like a little bit more after that 2-hand.
If I had to bet which team would have the first flush of the game, it would not have been Perry. Jaden will give you some.
Stanley gets inside.
McNary misses the easy one.
Drops it down to McNary, who can't finish. Taylor wants to back it up with a 3. It's off the back.
Oh, shot mistimed the rebound. That would have been huge, Zach.
That was a big sequence there. Stanley gets inside. They're going to get...
Do you see what I mean? He plays a little out of control. He gets in that jump pass, and we bailed him out. But
tough to defend, though. He comes down the lane there. You don't know what he's going to do. I think Pendleton thought he went straight up, but he adjusted to the movement.
He got him on the body for sure.
Got him with the body. So we've got 6 fouls on the Falcons. Warren will head to the line the rest of the way. Oh,
that was all ball
ref. Taylor not pleased with that foul call. Looks like all ball, but he might have got him with a little bit of the body there as Davis was able to get inside.
Davis made a good move to the rack.
They'll be at the line for 2, trying to extend this 5-point Warrior lead. First one is up, and it's good.
John Joyce back
into the game for the Falcons. John Joyce will replace Patrick Schott, and in for the Warriors, Donald Coates. Comes in from McNary as the second free throw is good from Davis. We see a little full court pressure here. They look to trap Reggie in the corner. McDonald gets the ball over to Taylor. Taylor works his way up the court and he's able to break the pressure. Davis gives him a little clap.
Yeah, he's intense.
Taylor says, I want three. Doesn't go. Rebound to Davis. Davis gets the ball up the court over to Black. And back over to the senior Stanley, who will reset the offense. 3:45 here to go in the fourth quarter. Black looks to make a move inside.
Yeah, they're trying to run clock here. You got to pressure the ball.
Coach is yelling tempo. Taylor's yelling, that's mine, but he can't finish.
Good disruption by Black.
Ooh, and we have a foul here. Casaro instructed to foul there, or was that just aggressive play? 3 minutes left here.
It's hard to say. I think Coach knows that that's his best shot right now. But we're going to run out of players here. We'll have some people foul out today. Mostly concerned about our bigs.
Oh, and a rebound by Davis. That's a backbreaker inside. Finishes for two.
You get the miss and then you give up the rebound. Joyce being one of our best rebounders.
McDonald with a one-hand pass. It gets tipped. Black over to Stanley for two. And we're going to get a timeout from Coach James.
Yeah, that sequence there might have put the nail in it for a sack. 2:59 left. Seems like a lot of time, but in high school basketball, just a blink of an eye.
Long way to go, but it's going the wrong way here late. Meridian finds himself in an 11-point hole.
They'll pull the pressure out here. The only chance they have.
Not the ideal position for Perry to play from. Not a team that immediately comes to mind when you think need to score quick, need to get back in the game.
Yeah, I mean, aside from Jaden, who can, like you said earlier, who can keep you in games, you really don't have a lot of offensive firepower on this team, especially from distance. There are guys that can shoot it, but it's a tough ask to come back on a team like Warren this late in the game. Going to need pressure and a lot of balls to bounce our way.
A couple big moments in that last couple minute stretch there. You had a two-hand flush by Jaden Taylor. Perry gets a stop, comes down, and Taylor had a chance to bring it within two. Just didn't go. It's been all Warren.
That would have been a big swing. If he'd have hit that baseline three, which it looked like it was online to me, just a little strong, man, we'd be talking about a different situation right now, I think.
Definitely would have been a big momentum swing. However, it did not fall, and we have the Falcons trailing 11.
Davis plays good ball defense for a long kid.
He's still up. They want 5. Davis was in McDonald's space there. They're going to get the steal from Taylor. Black.
There it is.
To Davis. That's a two-hand alley-oop. Davis clapping, getting his team going, rightfully so. He should feel good about himself after that one.
Good finish.
Warren's up 13, but they're bringing the heat still.
Yeah, they are.
Down to Joyce. Great shot fake. Double duty. He finishes for 2.
Good job, Joyce. Just gave him your dad move in the backyard.
Foul on Jaden Taylor, third. Yes.
Category foul number 10, Jaden Taylor. That is his fourth.
Well, the hype is real. Hype is real from Tay Davis. He's legit. His older brother plays for Louisville, so that's obviously a legit D1 program. And I believe Louisville, among several other schools, recruiting little brother. He's only a junior, so hasn't decided yet.
I got to see Big Brother play for Lawrence Central last year, and he's a smooth player. Tough to defend one of the best players in the state of Indiana.
Well, at Lawrence Central team, the best team in the state of Indiana, most likely. Obviously didn't get to finish our season. We'll find out.
Shout out to Lawrence Central coach Al Gooden, recently obtaining his 500th win. One of the legends of IHSAA
I think that's
basketball.
I think DeAndre Davis, obviously having that experience working over there and then coming and getting a great situation here in Warren where he gets these athletic players, a team full of seniors. I think he couldn't be set up better. And from what I can tell, Coach Davis, maybe a little raw, but he knows what he's got, and he obviously knows how to motivate his team. These guys are intense and aggressive, and they don't back down from anybody. I'd love to see them in March. February, March.
McDonald knocks down the first, and he knocks down the second. I've really been impressed with the way Coach Davis had his team ready to play tonight. They've been
they obviously had a plan for Taylor. It didn't work to perfection. I think Taylor had his way in the first quarter, but his team adjusted.
That is his second. Sean Black, second.
they've definitely been true to their plan. It's been steady.
And what a tough draw for Perry in the first round of the county. Who's Southport got?
I don't know who our sister school has on the east side of the district.
It can't be as tough as Warren.
Davis knocks down two. The lead is 13, a minute 32 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Harry Meridian looks for its last shot to get back in it here. And
speaking of Southport, Zach, did you hear they rescheduled the Perry Southport game?
They did.
February 2nd, folks. It's going to be at Southport Fieldhouse, legendary facility where I remember doing plenty of stair laps in the late 90s, early 2000s. For Coach Bill Springer.
I have a feeling you did more stair laps than some of the other players.
I did. Part of the problem was I did them slower. Yeah, he loved the stair laps. He bought these things called strength shoes. If you've never seen these, I think that they might have been sold in some 70s infomercial, and they'd have platforms on the toes, and we'd wear them and run stair laps. So, not my fondest memories of Southport.
That is quite the picture you paint there, Lucas. I can picture myself in Southport Gymnasium watching this all go down.
There's a lot of stairs there.
Many stairs.
It is one of the biggest field houses in the whole world for high school basketball. So it is a legendary facility, and James is going to call tonight.
I think they're actually going to save him here.
No, it's going to be offense
defense.
defense. They don't want to do it. They don't want to get him fouled out here. He's going to come back in now. It looks like Douglas is going to come in for some foul help too.
Perry Meridian found the 15 John Schultz. That is his third.
This might be one of those times where I'd throw some shooters out there, throw Connor McNabb out there maybe, see if we can get him open. I know he's cold, but he's a shooter.
Sean Black at the line. Two shots. The first one was good. I was able to confirm Southport's first matchup with Park Tudor.
Okay, I mean,
County action.
We've got,
can get some updates.
got a historic program, but I mean, I don't know how Park Tudor is this year. They're not even 4A. And we get Warren Central.
That is the name of the game when you're talking Marion County basketball.
Yep, you're right.
You can draw.
How many turnovers have we committed at the half court?
We'll get a foul here on Pendleton. 1:14 remaining. Warren in control.
See out.
That is his fifth foul.
Yeah, no doubt.
John Schultz coming back in the floor.
think it really just goes back to that 17-point run, Zach. I mean, without that run, we're in a close game throughout. Little things, though. You know, a made shot here, a turnover here. You know, momentum can swing. It just didn't happen tonight for Perry.
That run definitely the turning point in this one, as Perry's never quite been able to climb back up the mountain, which is now swelled to a 14-point lead for Warren.
Yeah, I think we're done.
We've got a minute left, and Warren is finally sitting back without pressure. Sigh of relief for the Falcons, maybe a little bit too little too late, as they work the ball around the outside. Look to enter the post. That ball is taken away. Warren's got the 14-point lead, 40 seconds left. McDonald will apply some pressure as they get the ball back out to Davis. He's going to work the ball around the right-hand side. And I think that'll do it. 30 seconds left in this first-round county matchup.
This is a great time to remind you that the girls play at home at 6:30 on Thursday, last home game of the season.
And are we all allowed to go to that?
There are some general admission tickets that will go on sale on Thursday afternoon about noon.
Coach Johnson has the Lady Falcons playing some great basketball this year. They play hard.
They've won 4 of the last 5.
Yeah, they've improved significantly over the last month.
That is a team you do not want to face in the tournament as they come down the stretch. Final horn sounds. Warren Central is going to come away with this one. Final of 67-53. They'll move on to play in the second round of the county tournament. And the Falcons' county run is over for the 2020-2021 season.
I think we will be seeing Warren later in the state tournament if they can get out of that tough sectional they have.
Definitely a potential opponent down the road. We'll hope to see them later, and vice versa. It's been a great evening of basketball, Lucas. Fun basketball to watch. We will call this one a night to wrap things up, and we'll be with you on another broadcast. Anything you'd like to add for the viewers before we head out?
Just gotta keep the faith. This is a great basketball team. There's a lot of basketball left to play this season. So
awesome. Well, thanks, fans, for tuning in. For Lucas Klipsch, I'm Zach Irvin, and this has been a broadcast of your Falcon Athletic Department. We felt like tonight was a little clunkier than the other night.
I'm just surprised people were listening.
Well, guys,
live.
I like tonight.